So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K25 Next Gen. In today's video, we are back with another episode of our Trading Every Player rebuild series, and today it's going to be the Charlotte Hornets. The Hornets are obviously led by a young superstar in LaMelo Ball, and honestly, I want to give this front office quite a bit of credit because although they have been going through a rebuild for quite some time, they have really established themselves as one of the better cores in all of basketball. Now, unfortunately today, we are not going to get to use that young core because the way these rebuilds work, if you are not familiar, we're going to trade away every single player that is currently on this Hornets roster. We will not have any say in any of the trades whatsoever. And of course, by the end of this video, the goal is to win a championship. If I counted correctly, I believe we only have 7 of these left after this video. So slowly but surely kind of winding down the Trading Every Player series. It's one that I do every single year and have done for many years of 2K, and I really do enjoy it. And it seems like you guys have been as well. So of course, I'm looking for new series ideas, new challenges, whatever it is you guys are really looking forward to seeing. Make sure to let me know all that down below in the comment section. But very much looking forward to this one here today. This is definitely not going to be the easiest one in the world, so let's just get into it. I am really hoping that today is going to be one of those days that 2K is really nice to me in the random trades that we make, of course, to kick off this video, because the last like 2 or 3, if I'm remembering correctly, they did not go super well for us. Nothing was super favorable that we got in return, and it made the video just about 10 times more challenging. So I know that can be entertaining. For you, not so much for me. All right, we'll start out with the best player on this team, 23-year-old LaMelo Ball, 89 overall. He's going to be the face of this franchise for what I'm going to assume is a very long time. He's going to be an all-star this year, and he's uber talented. There's no denying that. So, as easily the best player on this team, I am hoping we can get a quality player in return because, of course, we are going to have to find ourselves a new face of the franchise. So 20 different offers here for LaMelo. We are going to close the eyes, and just like that, we are going to start scrolling and randomly stop right about now. And it is going to be Cam Thomas and D'Angelo Russell from the Brooklyn Nets. I wish I had kept a list of how many times I've landed D'Angelo Russell in one of these rebuilds. It feels like it's quite a few. There are obviously some better offers out here that I certainly would have preferred. There are also some worse ones pretty clearly, but yeah, I guess I'm going to have to work with Cam Thomas. De'Aaron Fox would have been nice, but Cam Thomas and D'Angelo Russell for LaMelo Ball and Taj Gibson. Not exactly starting out with a bang. I'd give that like a C in terms of value we received in return. Not that Cam Thomas is a bad player, but you kind of get my point. I'm going to combine Brandon Miller and Miles Bridges. Only 6 offers. Because what I'm trying to do here is see if there's a way to maybe get a few more offers. Still only 6. All right, we'll just leave Brandon Miller by himself. We got 15 offers for him. I'm trying to get, more out there. And again, he's on a rookie scale contract, so you get my point. But Brandon Miller is going to be, really valuable. He's super young and obviously pretty talented, so hopefully we get something good here. Stop. Going to be John Collins and Walker Kessler from the Utah Jazz, and also including Grant Williams in this deal. So, yeah, I know I get Walker Kessler quite a bit. You guys can't blame me for getting him this time, though. Of course, I had no say in that. John Collins, not bad as well. He's having a really good season in real life. Fully expect him to be a trade candidate near the deadline. Mark Williams, how about if we combine him and Josh Green into a trade package? And for the 2 of those guys, we are going to end up here with 14 offers, which is certainly more than enough here to make a case that we can hopefully get something pretty good here. So we're going to keep scrolling right here, and what we're going to do is we're going to stop right now. We're not taking this one. Eyes are still closed. We're going to go one to the left. That is going to land me Kelly Oubre Jr. and Caleb Martin from the Philadelphia 76ers, or it would have been Bobby Portis and AJ Green. Honestly, neither of those deals are, terrible in terms of the role players we're getting, so I can live with that for now. Miles Bridges is going to be up next. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm a huge fan of Miles Bridges. I don't really think he's a great person, and I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. But he's an 81 overall and is on a multi-year contract, so hopefully we can get something similar in return. Stop. Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert. Great. Also, there was a question that came up the other day because, of course, once I make trades, for somebody like Kelly Oubre, obviously, who we're getting back in this deal right now, I had a question saying, well, you included, I forget who it was, but I included somebody in a deal that I had just recently acquired in a trade. And my logic and how the way I've always done this is if I don't personally include them, like the CPU threw Kelly Oubre in there, right? Like if you go through the other ones, he's not in there. So the CPU put him in there. I'm just going to leave him. It's not the end of the world. We're going to make this deal here for Rudy. So that's pretty much the only other way we can trade anybody outside of course, the players that started out on this team. So yeah, we now have 2 centers, and we definitely have a lot more work to do. Trey Mann, how about him and Caleb? Excuse me, I meant to go get Cody. We have both Martins on this team right now. Let's see again, continuing to get rotation pieces. I wish we were able to hang on to Mann. I think he's going to be really good for a really long time, but not the way it went for us today. I believe I saw 23 different trade offers, and we are going to be accepting a trade from the Minnesota Timberwolves here. Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Dante DiVincenzo. It's honestly not terrible. It certainly could have been worse, so I guess I got to kind of count my blessings in a situation like this. Moving up next is going to be Josh Okogie. Of course, he was recently acquired in a deal with the Phoenix Suns. Him and Seth Curry, who I actually made a mistake with in the video the other day. I accidentally traded him when I was not supposed to. But 19 trade offers for these two, again, making our way down this roster. Hopefully just getting some nice role players in return here. And stop. It's going to be Al Horford and Jaden Springer from the Celtics. This is pretty much just a salary dump at this point because although Al Horford is still a good player, he is almost certainly going to retire after this season. And as a Celtics fan, I kind of feel bad that he's riding out his career here in what is going to be a pretty much throwaway year, let's be honest with each other. Vasily Micic, I'm actually going to include him in a deal here with Tijan Salan, who of course was their first-round pick this year. Is he number 7 overall? Number 6 overall, excuse me. 6 offers here, not the end of the world. It's, not as many as I would ideally like to think we could get, but for a rookie scale contract and a guy who is really not going to have any other use, it's fine. Stop. Going to be Yusuf Nurkic and Tyus Jones from the Suns. No problem with Tyus Jones. Yusuf Nurkic has obviously seen some better days, but Tyus Jones, similar to many other players that we've acquired in today's video, and I have certainly got him before as well, expiring to basically lose him for nothing after a season. So not perfect. And then I think the final two will just be Daquan Jeffries and Nick Smith Jr. Of course, we do not trade the two-way players here. And again, hoping I can get somebody who's decently valuable. The fact that Nick Smith Jr. is 2.5 stars, a little crazy. I'm going to put it out there. I don't know. Stop. It is going to be Sandro. I cannot even pronounce that for the life of me. And then Charles Bassey as well. So that's going to be it for trades. I'm going to go through this one more time and just confirm that everybody that started out this video, on different teams, that's now here. I just want to make sure. Okay, I think we're good. Of course, we can't make any other deals now. We are clearly just looking at this, eyeballing it. I'm going to have to move around quite a few positions. So let's go do that. Year one here in Charlotte, we are officially ready to go. I have moved around quite a few positions, and I am not really confident in this team whatsoever. Just being completely honest with you guys, I will show you guys in just a second. The amount of expiring contracts we have after this season is kind of insane, if we're being honest, but we're going to get through it. It's going to be Tyus Jones, Cam Thomas in the backcourt. You got John Collins playing the 3. Again, not a perfect fit, but I'm kind of making do with what I have, and his overall didn't really change, so it's fine. Al Horford was moved to the 4. Again, probably not the perfect fit for him, but it's going to be fine for one season. And then Gobert will be starting at the center spot. Now, the bench unit will be led by D'Angelo Russell. You got Walker Kessler playing the backup 5. I moved Caleb Martin to the backup 3. Nickeil Alexander-Walker at the backup shooting guard spot. And then finally, not a great fit, Nurkic playing the backup 4. Going to be for one season and one season only. So Charles Lee, of course, the head coach of this team. I don't know who did that. That doesn't really look like Charles Lee. Let's just be honest with each other. And then let's go ahead and just take a quick dive here, and I'll just show you real quick. 1-year contract for both of the guys we have at the point guard spot. 1-year contract for everybody here at shooting guard. We have a player option that John Collins will almost 100% decline. Al Horford is going to retire, I can tell you that. And then the center spot, we have Kessler and Bassey, who are pretty much also going to be expiring. Kessler will have a team option, though. So, yeah, a lot of free agents this offseason for us. We'll, of course, have to make some tough decisions on a lot of these guys. Our first-round pick is currently owned by the San Antonio Spurs, but it is top 10 protected. So, I'm not really sure what to think. We're going to find this out together at the end of year one. All right, it is officially over. We are hoping this is going to be our worst season of this video, and yeah, it is what it is. It was 35 and 47. That's the final record here in year one. Not terrible, not great, is what it is. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, throughout an 82-game season, averaged pretty much 39 points a game. Yeah, he's your MVP. Jared McCain, Miles Bridges is now, of course, in Minnesota after we traded him there. Victor Wembanyama, Amen Thompson, SGA, Jason Kidd. All right, we're probably, even though the East sucks, not in the play-in or anything like that. I really hope for our sake and everybody else's sake. Okay, it was the second worst record here in the East, and it looks like it was around the 5th or 6th worst record in all of basketball. So, Cam Thomas, 29 points a game. Just an absolute walking bucket. He's going to be hitting restricted free agency this offseason. He's going to want a payday, and he certainly deserves a payday, and I will be giving him one. You got John Collins in here, D'Angelo Russell as a 6th man. Not terrible. Jones, Gobert, Horford, Martin, Kessler, Nurkic, Alexander Walker. I mean, I obviously understand that Cam Thomas is first, or maybe his greatest ability, if you will, is scoring, but I guess I just didn't really kind of piece together how many other non-scorers this team really had. You got Gobert leading us in boards and assists is going to be Tyus Jones. So this team's going to look very different. next offseason or next season. I promise you that. Let's sim through this real quick. It's going to be Luka in the Mavericks here against Jason Tatum in the Celtics. And nope, it's actually the Cavs. God, I love 2K's logic. All right, Luka in the Mavericks, get it done. A 47 point per game average for Luka. 47. What the fuck? All right, it is time for the offseason where we basically have the... Wait, did Al Horford not retire? Oh, my God. How do you not retire, Al Horford? I love you, man. I just can't bring you back. You're going to regress like crazy. It's insane. I feel like every single season he retires after year one. I'm going to read you something real quick because it says that our draft pick at number 7 right there, as you can see, is projected to go to the Spurs. Now, 2K has it listed as top 10 protected. I'm going to read you off Fanspo the actual protections. Charlotte's 2025 first-round pick to San Antonio, protected for selections 1 through 14. It's lottery protected. 2K fucked that up. I know, big shocker. If the pick falls within its protected range and therefore is not conveyed, then Charlotte will instead convey its 2026 second and 2027 second. Meaning, I'm going to take my first-round pick back next year because 2K's logic is so broken that they, for God knows what reason, believe that if a pick doesn't convey one season, it's just an unprotected pick the year after, where that's almost never the case. It could not be further from the truth. Obviously, our pick today is going to be in the top 10, likely going to be at number 7, but just putting it out there how stupid 2K's logic is and how they screw everything up, and it actually jumps up to number 3. Wow, we got really lucky. That Pistons pick that we're going to go ahead and have next year, I believe, should be unprotected. And again, I know I just got done bitching about 2K's logic, but I didn't, turn off any protections. I actually traded for that pick, and they included the non-protections. You get it? I know I'm rambling. All right, staff signing here. I was a big fan of Charles Lee when he was with my Celtics, and I really do think he's going to be a good head coach for a long time, or whoever the hell that is impersonating Charles Lee, because that's not Charles Lee, right? Can we have a little more attention to detail here, 2K? Look up a picture of Charles Lee right now if you don't know what he looks like. That's not Charles Lee. Okay. I'm going to hang on to him because I do think he's a good head coach. We are going to approach the 2025 NBA draft. Of course, now got super lucky in the lottery with the 3rd overall pick. What I'm going to go ahead and do right now before things get too carried away is I'm going to take my first-round pick back next year from the Spurs, give up my 2026 second, go ahead and give up my 2027 second. So, yeah, that's how it works in real life, not the bullshit that 2K gives us. I don't know if this is going to go through, but I'm going to try to offer pretty much every second-round pick I have access to right now and see if we can maybe make a trade and get another first this year. We're going to sit it right at number 3. I'm not trading that pick. Wow, Toronto's actually willing to do that. All right, here's a new look at our asset situation, just in terms of draft picks. Number 3 overall, now have number 23 overall from Toronto. And then I went ahead and did get my first-round pick back next year. How it works. I give up the draft picks when I'm not supposed to have them. I'm sure as shit going to take them back when I am. So we'll be making 2 first-round selections. Again, probably not going to get Cooper Flagg right now, which is fine, is what it is. We can still get a super talented player like a Dylan Harper. Again, shooting guard. Maybe not the biggest position of need because Cam Thomas was really good, but we could either have him come off the bench as a 6th man. We could maybe go ahead and play him at the small forward spot, but Dylan Harper, he is going to be the pick there. Now, simulating up to number 23, we have a lot of expiring contracts. We're all very much aware of that, and I don't really think it's a terrible idea to go out and draft somebody here just as a depth piece. What? Is this a real person? Can somebody who watches either college basketball or is super good with the draft, please let me know if this is a real person. I really need an answer. I know I could just look it up, but I don't want to. Somebody please tell me if this is a real... Where does he go to school? Alabama? I feel like I would have heard about him, right? If there was a kid named LeBron Philon entering the 2025 NBA draft, we probably would have heard about it. I've drafted Rocky Zakarsky in the past, and I've had a lot of success with him, so I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Going to be a 79 overall for Harper and a 73 overall for Zakarsky. Now, John Collins declines his player option as expected. We will be picking up Walker Kessler's team option. Cam Thomas will be extended a qualifying offer where KJ Simpson, Moussa Diabate, who are two-way players, who of course we do not trade, will not be extended one. All right, it is time here for free agency. We are going to have quite a few names, as you can tell here. Now, am I interested in bringing back everybody here? No, not even remotely, not even a little bit. But there are certainly some players here that I'm not just going to let walk out the door for nothing. Now, John Collins, somebody I'd probably like to pay. We don't have bird rights on him, but I do think he's well worth the contract that he's probably going to be asking for. I think D'Angelo Russell also falls into that category. And then what I'm going to do is actually wait on Cam Thomas and hopefully Nickeil Alexander-Walker as well. Al Horford, I'm going to let go, just an age thing. All right, we get Collins and Russell back. I am not going to renounce Thomas. I am not going to renounce Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Everybody else, we're going to lose Tyus Jones. We're going to lose Sandro. We're going to lose Bassi again. Not my favorite thing in the world, but it's kind of the way things fell for us today, right? We made all those trades. A lot of the guys were on one-year expiring contracts. Kind of is what it is. All right, we are good. Do not renounce. I mean, how stupid is this game? All right, and then one more day. Still should be good here. And yeah, let's just make sure that this game is not being stupid and not renouncing Cameron Thomas. So Collins and Russell going to be brought back. We are now going to go ahead and pay Thomas. We're also going to pay Nickeil Alexander-Walker. We get Thomas back, and hopefully we get Nickeil Alexander-Walker back. We do. All right, it is time for some bigger trades. For whatever reason, 2K is not a big fan of Jamal Murray, but he's a clear-cut upgrade, and we are obviously looking for some better players with this team. Now, Rudy Gobert is fine. We obviously know his impact defensively. It's just not my favorite player to have here in 2K. So we're shipping out him and Dante DiVincenzo, sending them to Denver for Jamal Murray. Also getting Zeke Naji back in this deal. And Murray's going to take over at the starting point guard spot for us. So the point guard unit's going to be him and D'Angelo Russell, Cam Thomas, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. It's going to be Harper. And then I'm actually going to leave Martin again just because he's on a multi-year deal. Also, yeah, we moved Harper to the 3. John Collins is now going to be playing the power forward spot again. Maybe his more natural fit. I would like to find a backup behind him. It is probably going to include me trading Jusuf Nurkic either for a power forward or a draft pick, and then we sign somebody, but he's expiring, and I don't really have much use for him. So, power forward. How about Patrick Williams? Beautiful. I don't want to give up a draft pick. I'll be back. To my surprise, we still have a little bit of money here in free agency, so I'm going to offer Aaron Wiggins a contract, and that's a much more natural fit here. He's going to be the backup behind John Collins, and that means I can just trade Jusuf Nurkic, who, of course, I don't really have much use for some draft picks. Hopefully somebody's willing to give me a few of those. No. Thank you very much, San Antonio. All right. Well, I think we have finalized our 10-man rotation. I don't know if we're going to be, championship contenders next season, but I think we've established a really good core, and I think we are certainly building something for the future. So, again, worst comes to worst, we do have our first-round pick in 2026. So, I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. Anybody surprised that Jamal Murray got hit with the 2K regression? I know I'm not. I don't understand why. It's been a thing for many, many years of 2K. It's just how they operate. I'm done. Jamal Murray obviously taking over here at the point guard spot for year 2. You got Cam Thomas, who I'm surprised didn't really go up in the overall department. I mean, the man just averaged 29 points a game. Think he could maybe bump up to like an 85, 86? No. Dylan Harper will be starting here at the 3, and then Collins and Kessler are going to be our front court. Bench unit's going to see D'Angelo Russell remain the 6th man. We brought back Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Caleb Martin, Aaron Wiggins, and Rocky Zakarsky. So I'm excited. I think this team, as we just mentioned a few moments ago, is probably not a championship contender quite yet, but hopefully we're in the playoffs and, again, just moving in the right direction. So I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. I'm having quite a bit of deja vu right now. That is for several reasons. First, SGA won another MVP. Now, it's not quite, the 39 damn points a game he averaged last year. Still an insanely impressive season, very well deserving. We also go 35 and 47 again. Part 2 of the deja vu. While that's not great, I do feel like this team is better, and maybe we're still a move or two away, but I think at least now we have some flexible and tradable assets, where last season we had to obviously dig ourselves out a little bit. Shout out to the Charlotte Hornets for protecting their draft pick this year, because it's likely going to be another top 10 pick. Dylan Harper does win Rookie of the Year. I'm leaving here with something, right? I mean, and again, those shooting splits are, well, I would say they're not great, but quite honestly, they really suck. So hopefully he can work on that a little bit, but all around his numbers were not terrible. Anthony Simons is your 6th man of the year. You got Wemby winning another DPOY, Scoot Henderson most improved, Giannis clutch player of the year, and Jason Kidd 2nd straight year coach of the year. Okay, I'm not super thrilled with the season we just had. I thought we'd be maybe a tad better, but then again, look at this Eastern Conference. This is just dreadful. 11 wins. Who is running out here for the Wizards? That's 11 wins. I think that's more than 11, but okay. In the Jazz won 12. That's 12? Okay. Let's talk about some of the numbers, because a lot of these guys are going to be, I don't want to say make or break players for us, but there's going to have to be a decision made, obviously. Cam Thomas, not 29 points a game. We obviously brought him in some scoring help. Jamal Murray was really good. I fully expect 2K to continue to, regress his overall as we approach year 3, but no, he's really solid. Dylan Harper, as we, talked about, it was an okay rookie season. He did win Rookie of the Year, so maybe better than okay. D'Angelo Russell, John Collins, Kessler, Alexander Walker, Martin, Zakarsky. I'm surprised Wiggins was a little low. Rebounds going to be Kessler, and assists is actually Dylan Harper. So we're not in the playoffs for the 2nd straight year. Not my favorite thing. I like to be, competitive, at least in year 2, and obviously we were not. Going to be the Thunder and the Celtics in the finals. Tatum versus SGA. Tatum comes out on top and wins finals MVP. All right, final offseason. Al Horford actually went back to the Celtics. That's kind of funny. LeBron ends up calling it a career as well. He also is a guy that typically retires after year 1 in these rebuilds. So, oh shit. How did I not notice these 3 as well? All right, jersey retirements, draft lottery, another pretty pivotal moment for us. We're currently projected the, what is it? Oh, 9. I'm fucking blanking. The 9th overall pick. That's not bad. Oh my God, we jump up to 2. 2K is being very nice to me today when it comes to the draft lottery. Not so much the win-loss, but the draft lottery has been chef's kiss. Beautiful. I'll take it. All right, now comes a little bit of a bigger decision. I like Charles Lee. There's no denying that. I've talked quite a bit about how I think he's going to be a successful NBA head coach for quite some time. But I think in a make-or-break season when we have not made the playoffs and really not shown much development in the win-loss department either, I think it would not be the worst idea to maybe look for somebody else. So nothing against you, Charles. I like you quite a bit, man. It's just I got to win a championship here in my final year. I don't think we're going to get Stauffer. I'll also offer Joe Mazzulla, who, again, probably will not accept, and I'll do the same thing here with Jason Kidd. So I just want one of them. We're going to probably get none of them. Maybe Stauffer? Not Stauffer. Shit. Well, now we're in a pretty tough spot. Pretty tough spot here. Who are you? Ooh, Dean Floyd. I don't know who you are, but the offensive and defensive ratings are pretty good. So, sure, Dean, welcome to the team. All right, as we approach the 2026 draft, super lucky in the draft lottery. Number 2 overall. We also have 15. That comes all the way back from the Yusuf Nurkic trade, where we got a pick swap from the Atlanta Hawks. And, of course, this Pistons trade dates all the way back to year 1. So, 3 first-round picks this year. I would be remiss if I did not consider a few different trade offers here. Oh, my God. I cannot believe that the Pelicans took that deal. Well, we found ourselves a little upgrade at the power forward spot. We shipped out John Collins and Zeke Naji, the 2 later first-round picks we had this year, along with our unprotected first next year, and we landed ourselves Zion Williamson. I was somehow able to keep the number 2 overall pick, which was, not really my main goal, but I was really just hoping to see if I was able to get away with not giving it up. And ultimately I was. So I'm super pumped to have Zion here. We don't really have to worry about some health concerns as we do in real life. And obviously, when healthy, just an unbelievable, really, I don't want to say once in a generation, but Hall of Fame-esque talent when healthy. So I'm super pumped to have Zion here. That is one move down. I think there's a few more to go, but I haven't decided what I want to do with that number 2 overall yet. Oh my God. It is back-to-back blockbusters. This time we land ourselves Scotty Barnes. So it was a big deal. Do not get me wrong. We gave up the number 2 overall pick along with D'Angelo Russell, Caleb Martin, and another few future firsts. But Scotty Barnes is another game changer that I really think can benefit this team. So I fully understand that both him and Zion are listed as power forwards. I'm not super worried if one of them has to run the starting 3. Overall department, he stays the same. Scotty actually goes up. So we'll play Scotty Barnes at our starting small forward spot next year. And I'm super excited about that. I mean, 290 plus overalls being added to a team can obviously change some things pretty quickly. So we're going to hit free agency here. Walker Kessler is somebody I am certainly going to look to extend, bring back, as he is going to be our starting center entering this final season. So welcome back, Walker Kessler. I don't really know. I think we're going to have a few bench pieces to obviously go ahead and clear up. Got to find ourselves a backup point guard, and then are we good everywhere else? We actually are good everywhere else. So let's just see the point guard options here. Trey Jones. Okay, not Tyus. Oh, wait, no, I could bring back Tyus even if I didn't have him. But no, Trey Jones would be more than fine with me. And yeah, that's going to do it. That's going to be it for the moves. I think we are pretty much as good as we could possibly be right now. So I'll just see you guys at the start of the final regular season. This was a very interesting offseason. We obviously added 2 star players to this team, and we are hoping that they can be the formula that carries this team to a championship. Now, in recent videos, I've been having a bit of a pattern, if you will. It feels like a lot of these rebuilds as of recently have been going kind of the same way, where I don't make the playoffs in the first 2 years, and then I kind of go all in year 3 and win a championship. It's not my favorite thing to do for obvious reasons. It's kind of a one and done all in. I am hoping that this video today can follow those other patterns where we won championships. So this team's really good. There's no denying that. Jamal Murray, Cam Thomas, Scotty Barnes, Zion Williamson, Walker Kessler 1 through 5. Dylan Harper, if I auto set this rotation, he's actually recommended to start over Scotty Barnes. So I'm not going to do that. I think he's going to be elite at running a 6-man unit for us, or a 6-man spot in a second unit. But yeah, he just developed really, really quickly. You got Nickeil Alexander-Walker behind him, Rocky Zikarsky, Aaron Wiggins, and finally Trey Jones. So something to note, this is not my normal bench minutes rotation. I am mixing it up a little bit and going a little bit heavier in the starting 5 minutes, which I think, again, is going to benefit us. And of course, new head coach as well here with Dean Floyd. So here goes nothing, man. See you guys at the end of the final regular season. It is safe to say this was our best season yet. If it wasn't, I would be extremely concerned. We finished with a record of 63-19. It's, an unbelievable improvement. What is that, 28 games better, something like that, year over year. Or, well, actually, year over 2 years as well. Luka Doncic, he is your MVP, the first of his career. Cameron Boozer wins Rookie of the Year. DeBansta, Wembanyama, Carter, Hero, Floyd. Oh, and Ricky Dawkins. I forgot that this is an award. I never show Executive of the Year because it's stupid because, technically I'm the executive of the team, but that's neither here nor there. All right, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this team. We were the 1 seed here in the Eastern Conference. We were 2 games up on Dallas for the best record in the league, and I don't know. Can we get it done here? Jamal Murray leading the team in scoring. Then it was Zion Williamson, Cam Thomas, Scotty Barnes. We had 4 guys, 17-plus points per game. Dylan Harper off the bench was basically his rookie averages as well. Beautiful. Kessler, Zakarski, Alexander Walker, Wiggins, and then Jones. In boards, it was going to be Kessler, and assists is Jamal. Okay, first round of the playoffs. We were taking on Cleveland. Not my favorite first round matchup, right? Why is this a play-in team? Your guess is as good as mine. I am incredibly nervous because we should be playing a bum team like anybody else. We somehow sweep them, though. Okay, now moving on to New York, who is really good. Don't get me wrong. I still think I would rather play them than Cleveland, but I don't know. Here goes nothing. We've yet to lose a playoff game. Why do I fucking say that every single time? God, it's like clockwork. It's like they're listening to me. All right, it is time for the East Finals. We're taking on Indiana here. Halliburton, VJ Edgecombe, Benedict Mathurin, Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner. An old friend here in Trey Mann coming off the bench. Still got Nembhard, Jarris Walker. Wow, Chris Middleton. They are extremely deep there in Indiana. So split the first 2 at home. Lose game 3 on the road. Tie it up at 2-2. Big game 5. We're in the finals, and we're taking on Devin Booker in the Phoenix Suns here. And can we get it done? Still got Kevin Durant, obviously Booker. You got basically 40-year-old Mike Conley, Ryan Dunn, who's been a stud so far. Mark Williams, who, of course, they just recently traded for. Wait, no. They didn't trade for Mark Williams, did they? Am I getting my Hornet centers confused? I think I am. Did they trade for Nick Richards? I think they did. I'm fucking blanking right now. Nonetheless, I'd like to beat them, and I think we have the talent to do so. Quick 2-0 lead and make that 3-0 lead. And as we head for a closeout game, 4 here on Phoenix's home floor, I'd like to get a little gameplay if we are able to get this one done. So back and forth we go. We have an 8-point lead right now. They've cut it to 7. 2 points. I'll see you in there. It is a 5-point lead with just over 3 minutes to go here. We are obviously on the verge of a sweep. We are feeling pretty good, but as I'm sure many of you are aware, I'm not necessarily strong when it comes to the gameplay department. So I got to be kind of careful with the way I go about this. I definitely want to make sure the starters are entering the game. Let's just do our best here to not do anything unbelievably stupid. I have no idea why Devin Booker is not in the game right now, but again, not my decision, and I'm going to, I guess, try to not let the ball, have it, or let there not be a dead ball, because I do not want them to get their best players in here. So Zion is going to run, the point forward right now. We'll call a little screen here with Scotty. Dive down to the rim, and not what I was looking for. He's going for a dunk animation. This, my friends, is why gameplay is so painful for me, because I've sucked at this game for a long... Oh, that's T. John Salon. I've sucked at this game for a long time, and I certainly have not gotten better in recent years. I've been doing this for a very, very long time. All right, KD out here. Let's just hope and pray that we are somehow able to contain him. He's going to do what he does best. I thought he was going to jump into me in a little foul baiter, but nope, does not. Pretty good defensive possession there. All right, Dylan Harper. Let's just see what you can do here. Let's call for, wrong button. Let's call for a screen off ball. Let's see if we can get, hopefully, a little shooter here. Zion. Oh, we got a green with Zion. No way. I think that was only a 2. I think he was maybe a foot or so inside the 3-point line, but still a really, really big shot there to extend it back to 7. So they take it. Okay, they took a timeout. I was like, no way I fouled. They're going to be getting Devin Booker back in the game again. Not 100% sure why he was, not in there in the first place. We'll put our full starting lineup back in. Dylan Harper did a lot of good things, but I'd rather get Jamal Murray because Jamal Murray is a big game player. He really is. All right, let's see what we can do here. Is that Ty Washington Jr.? Booker going to, yeah. The problem here is that not only do I suck, especially at defense, Cam Thomas is not a good defender. So it's going to be tough to kind of have that happen off ball here. Where the hell is Ty Washington going? Is he just lost, dazed, confused, all of the above? I don't really know. But if you want to trade buckets, that's fine with me. Trading buckets is actually more beneficial to me than it is to you. All right, Booker's going to keep working here on Cam Thomas. He is just going to, wow, he's going to blow the layup. Did not think that was going to happen. Jamal Murray is just getting whatever he wants, except for that against Ty Washington Jr. We had the angle, couldn't quite finish it off, and now Ty Washington Jr. is going to pull up a little midi. Interesting choice. I don't know if I agree with that one. All right, let's see what's going to happen here. Let's call a quick ISO here. I'll work one-on-one with Booker. Cam Thomas, professional scorer of the basketball. We cross him right over and about the easiest layup of Cam Thomas's life, and it is now a 9-point ball game as we approach 1 minute left on the verge of a sweep. Wow, I did not think this was going to happen. I jumped and I bit, and that was really stupid. All right, I think mathematically this one is pretty much already over. I will try to get one more bucket if we want to go coast to coast here with Jamal. Be pretty much cool with me. That was a terrible shot. What the hell am I doing? I thought I had an angle. All right, Ty Washington Jr., if you want the ball in your hands, man, that's, again, more than cool with me. No disrespect, but I'd much rather have it be in yours than Devin Booker or Kevin Durant's. All right, this one is pretty much over. We'll just maybe throw up one last shot, but I'll waste the majority of the clock just so we're, kind of all on the same page. So, quick ISO here against Booker. I'll call for a screen with like 7 seconds left, but again, the math is more than favorably going our way. So this one is pretty much over. Cam Thomas, little jump shot. It's going to be green. Good night. A clean sweep of the Charlotte Hornets and Zion Williamson. Unbelievable series out of him. He's your finals MVP. We get it done. We talked a little bit about before we started simulating this final season how I'm not a real big fan of the formula of, sucking for 2 straight years and then going all in a final year, right? It's just a little risky. Like, I'd prefer to maybe hedge my bets a little bit and be competitive in year 2, but a lot of that is the team we start out with, right? And the assets that we get in return from trading away our entire roster, which today was nothing super special for year 1. And, of course, turned things around and ended up with a championship. So I enjoyed this one quite a bit. I hope you guys did as well. As I mentioned in I believe the intro of this video, there's only 7 of these left. And I know a lot of people really enjoy this series, but mathematically, if there's only 7 of these left, we only have about another 3-ish weeks with them. So we will eventually find ourselves a new series to do on a weekly, daily basis, but definitely going to need some ideas from you guys. So let me hear it all down below in the comment section. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.